John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're going to do in this episode is go over the best centrifugal ejection juicer on the market. Alright, so what I first want to say is that, I got into juicing through the centrifugal design juicers back in the 1970s. My parents actually owned a juicer when I was a wee little one, and they would juice, and we would juice as a family together, so that was really cool. Had my first glass of carrot juice, I guess, when I was, I don't know, 6 or something. And then I kind of lost my way from juicing, and I got into it back in the 1990s when I saw Jay Kordich, formerly known as the Juice Man, who I look up to in the world of juicing. And he got me back into juicing because he said juicing could build your immune system, you could maintain a healthy weight, you could have more energy, and more importantly, be healthier. And I was having some challenges with my health at that time, and that's what got me into juicing. Maybe that's why you're watching this video right now, is because you're having some health challenges, some weight issues, or you just don't have as much energy as you used to, and you want to get that energy back. Well, let me tell you that, after doing this now for 20 years, being on a juicing program and eating a healthy diet rich in fruits and vegetables, I'm healthier, I have more energy, and things are great for me. And I want that for you guys too, and that's why I make these videos. I have over 400 videos on this YouTube channel explaining the different kinds of juicers that you guys could choose the best one for you. So I got the Juice Man infomercial, the Juice Man 2, off the Juice Man infomercial way back in the day in the 1990s, and I used it, and actually the design was similar to these guys. I mean, basically it's a 20-year-old plus design. And I don't know how many of you guys drive 20-year-old plus old cars, but cars of today, new cars have a lot more technology. The Tesla literally almost drives itself, and it has airbags and parks itself and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So technology always gets better, but unfortunately the centrifugal ejection style juicers haven't really evolved or improved over the years in any significant manner. And in general, the juicers that actually have moved away from, so the good brand juicers have moved away from the centrifugal ejection style machines to more slow juicers. So if you really are into this for the long haul for your health, I would recommend a slow juicer. So you're going to want to check out my other videos on the slow juicers. Now, yes, the slow juicers do take more time to juice and create your juice. I do have a slow juicer where I juice in under, 9 minutes, including juicing and cleaning up, so it still doesn't take that much time. But these guys could take significantly less. You could be done, cleaned up and everything in under 5 minutes. And the thing to remember is I want you guys to take the time to invest in your health. You guys only have one body, right? I only got one of these. I'm only getting one chance in this body, and I want to take care of my body. And if you got to invest another 5 extra 10 minutes a day to do your body right so you can have a greater level of health, to have more energy. I mean, if you invest a couple 5, 10, 15 minutes in juicing and creating juice, you will have at least that much more time at the end of the day because you're not going to be as tired. You're going to focus better. You're going to be more productive due to it. So I really want you guys to take the time. The main benefit of the high-speed juicers or centrifugal ejection juicers is because they are fast. There is no other faster juicer that makes juice. And of course, I would always rather encourage you, instead of just go ahead and grabbing that Coke or coffee that is not good for you but may stimulate you due to the caffeine and high fructose corn syrup in there and stimulate you and get you going, you're gonna crash. Juices, are much more sustainable. They have the soluble fiber in there that's going to regulate your blood sugar of whatever you're juicing. Also, they contain plenty of phytochemicals and phytonutrients, the things that really help your body to heal and really fuel your body in a really deep way, more than just carbohydrates do or something like that, right? Our body really cries out for real nutrition in this day and age of fast food, processed foods, and people eating too many animal foods. We really need to have these phytochemicals and phytonutrients and the vitamins and minerals from these foods, which are deficient in a standard American diet in this day and age. So that's really where the juicers come in. I'd rather have you make a fast juice instead of grab a fast soda or a fast coffee, because you will be making steps in the right direction. Of course, the slow juicers are what I use in my house 99.999% of the time. These guys pretty much sit on the shelves now that I know what I know about the high-speed machines. So here's one of the things I learned just last year about the high-speed juicers and the slow juicers. So they took some broccoli, and broccoli is known for its cancer-fighting ability. You know, this was discovered years ago, and that's why many people like to eat broccoli sprouts. But even if you're not eating the broccoli sprouts, which are really powerful, you could eat the broccoli, which is really powerful. But most people don't like to eat the broccoli. When you cook the broccoli, you know, you lose some of the nutrients in there. So that's why it's best to like juice the broccoli or process it and eat it in its raw, natural state. So in a test that they did, they juiced broccoli in a high-speed juicer. They also blended broccoli in a high-speed blender, and they also used a low-speed juicer to juice the same broccoli. They took that broccoli juice or the broccoli blended mixture and put it in like a petri dish with active cancer cells. So like, I don't know, a couple different 5, 6 kinds of cancer cells. And they found that in the high-speed juicer and the blender, the kill rate of the cancer was only 50% as strong as the slow juicer, which was 100%. So this shows to me that, you know, basically the oxidation that's being caused by the high spinning blade, the influx of air being bombarded into the juice, or the influx of air as the vortex is created in a high-speed blender, minimizes the nutrition. Now yes, a high-speed juice is still better than a pasteurized juice, coffee or Coke or most other things you'd be eating. So I always want to encourage you guys to do better. So that's where I see the high-speed juicers fitting in. If you absolutely can't make the time, don't have the time, you know, don't want to make the time, these will be better than not doing anything at all. And I know there's many of you guys who just want a simple life, and you know, you don't want to have the highest level of health, the most energy, you know, and you're going to juice certain produce items that I'm going to talk about in a second. That's why you'd want to get a centrifugal ejection juicer. So the best centrifugal ejection juicers on the market that I've found to date are right here on the table. It's the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, and if you look up any reviews on the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, it's like rated as the #1 juicer. Now I don't know if I'd go that far. I'd probably say it's, you know, one of the top centrifugal ejection juicers, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys today. But there are other juicers, in my opinion, that are better than the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, as much as many people like it. And yeah, it's a nice looking machine. It's also about $300 at present time. So that's the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. And on the other side, we're going to talk about the Lequip 215XL. Now this is the budget model. This is about $300. This is over $100. And at the end of this video, I'll give you guys a $20 off coupon code. So actually you'll be able to get this guy for 1/3 of the price of this guy. So I would encourage you guys to get 3 of these instead of 1 of these, and give 2 to friends and family members that you love so that they could get healthier as well. But this is a really good, high quality centrifugal ejection style juicer. If you go down to your local department store, you're going to find many different centrifugal ejection style machines. I mean, most juicers that are sold at stores that you would go to, you know, are centrifugal ejection machines. Why? Because they're easy to build. There's no, you know, patents on them because they've expired by now. And everybody has their own knockoff brand, whether that's, you know, Cuisinart or, you know, I don't know, the Juice Man now, which those are really junky now, or Hamilton Beach. They all have their own version of the centrifugal ejection juicers, and in my opinion, those ones are really not good. These are some of the best here. And so what I want to do in this episode is actually share with you guys some of the differences, some of the similarities, and which one you might want to buy if you are considering this style machine. So over on this side, we got the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. Now this is hailed as probably one of the best centrifugal ejection juicers, and frankly, it is. I mean, I can't really talk anything because it's a good machine. Now, these ones were made popular because they have a wide 3-inch feed chute, and this is a stainless steel on the chute going in, and then we got a plastic there so you can see what's going on. Next, we have a stainless steel screen, and this has to be probably one of the finest stainless steel screens on any juicer. How the centrifugal ejection juicer works is that you'll put the produce in, there have these little grating blades here. The produce gets micro shredded into small particle sizes, and as it's shredded, it gets, you know, the fiber and also the juice is released. So the juice is flung through this screen where it comes out the front of the machine, and the pulp gets kicked out into the back into a pulp hopper here. And yeah, this screen is actually particularly fine, small hold, which will let the least amount of pulp in your juice. Now this piece is a nice quality piece here. It's a stainless steel, all stainless steel piece, so that's really nice. And then the bottom of this machine, although it does look, you know, stainless steel, It's actually it's a metal. I believe it's in a brushed aluminum metal, and so it's nice and durable. But yeah, it's not all stainless like some people would lead you to believe. Let's go ahead and reassemble this guy. And let's see. The next we got the Lequip, which also operates very much in the same way. Of course, they both have plastic pushers, 3-inch wide in diameter. Next, we have the housing here, which is a clear plastic housing, pretty much like the Breville here. This happens to be all plastic, doesn't have a stainless steel chute. Next, we have also a stainless steel blade with a plastic bottom, pretty much similar to the Breville. Now, the hole size is, I don't know, actually it's quite small, maybe not quite as small as the Breville. And they both have, you know, blades on the inside. And then finally, you know, we have the stainless steel bowl here with the plastic lid ring on the top. And so, yeah, I want to remind you guys, this guy is all stainless steel, no plastic lid ring. But yeah, once again, this is 1/3 the price. Of course, the motor base on the Breville unit is more powerful in terms of wattage, but wattage is not everything in a juicer. It's really about the torque. And, you know, because we're not pulling, you know, buggies, and we don't need horsepower. What we really need is the torque, and the torque is sufficiently balanced on the Lequip to, you know, plow through most things you're going to throw in there, you know. Much like you guys know, you could have like a really powerful V8 engine in a car, and it can be very inefficient. Like I actually had a 1969 Pontiac Firebird at one time, and that thing got poor gas mileage, but it was powerful as anything, right? Or you could have, you know, like one of those imported 4-cylinders that's a turbo that could actually blow away the 8-cylinder engine, right? Because it's more efficient, right? So that's kind of how I think of these two machines. Like this machine, in terms of energy and the motor, definitely more efficient than the big Breville over here. Let's go ahead and assemble these guys. So the main thing is to assemble these guys, you're going to take the juicing screen, just drop it in, you're going to spin it around, and then just, you know, push it in until it seats down properly. Then you're going to put the top on. On the Lequip, there's a little tab here that you have to line up with this with the spout here, and it goes in place. And then you're just going to go ahead and clamp these two guys down. And if they're properly clamped down, it'll engage the safety switch so that the machine is not able to turn on unless it's properly assembled. And same with the Breville. You're going to go ahead and push this screen down and put the top on and shove that back, locks into place, and you're basically all ready to juice. Now, despite being literally 1/3 the cost less if you use the discount code at the end of this video, provided only to my viewers for this video, this guy actually has a 10-year warranty compared to the Breville only has a 1-year warranty. I mean, a machine that costs this much, in my opinion, should have more than a 1-year warranty. So with a 10-year warranty on the entire unit, except like, you know, the blade and basket assembly, which has a 3-year warranty because that is a wearing part. And, you know, Lequip will warranty out the blade assembly if it does wear out within the 3 years. And Breville, you know, you'll have to buy a brand new blade and basket assembly once the blade gets dull, right? So on slow juicers, like, we don't have this problem because the blade never wears out because it's just literally crushing instead of grating, you know, on these machines. So that's really cool. I mean, just a longer warranty, 9 extra years on the whole entire machine, including the motor. If anything should go wrong, you're going to be guaranteed you'll be juicing for the next 10 years. And I want you to juice for the next 10 years and even beyond. You know, I've been juicing now for 20 years. I've never felt healthier because of it, and I would not stop juicing at all. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money to stop juicing. John, I'll give you $1 million if you stop. No, I would not stop juicing. Keep your money. Right? I do this because my health is my greatest wealth. And if you don't learn anything else from this video, I want you guys to, you know, think about that for a second. Your health is your greatest wealth. If you don't have your health, you can't enjoy your millions of dollars. Right? So I really want you guys to take the time to invest to make your health better by juicing and using these machines to get more fresh fruits and vegetables in you in a more digestible and assimilable way, especially in these days when people have a lot of digestive issues. So yeah, 10-year warranty, 1-year warranty. Another thing is the RPMs. So the RPMs on the Breville, it has a 2 speeds actually. The high speed runs at like 13,000 RPMs, and the low speed runs at 6,500 RPMs. The Lequip only has one speed. It runs at 11,000 RPMs. So the other thing is where they're made. The Breville is made in China, and the Lequip is made in Korea. Actually, I own a Korean car, so I might be a little bit prejudiced towards Korean things. I think they're right up there in the quality, almost up there with Japan on how good and how quality they make things, and I won't really say anything, about China. So next I want to go ahead and show you guys how loud these machines are when you're not juicing. We're going to go ahead and turn this on the high speed here. This is the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. Alright, so there it is, running at full speed. It's actually kind of loud. We're going to go ahead and turn that guy off. Let that guy go ahead and slow down. Of course, when you're running it at the the low speed, 6,500 RPMs, it will be not as loud, and they suggest juicing some items at the low speed and some items at the high speed. And I think mostly that's a gimmick. It kind of helps a little bit on juicing softer fruits at the lower speed, but you always want to juice vegetables, hard vegetables, at the high speed. Lequip, on the other hand, runs at 11,000 RPM. Let's go ahead and turn this guy on. So as you guys can see, I'm talking above that, and it's actually not quite as loud as the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. I guess besides the noise and some of these other minute factors, because they are both centrifugal ejection juicers with 3-inch wide feed chutes, the main difference is going to be how they operate and how they work. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and prepare some produce, come back at you, and we're going to juice even amounts of carrots and an apple in each one of these machines to show you guys which machine will make a higher yield, head to head. Alright, so now I got the produce prepared, washed the carrots, washed the apple, cut off the top and the bottoms of the carrots. I like to just brush them lightly but not peel them because there's a lot of nutrition near the skin. And we got about 2 pounds of carrots in each container here, and 1 apple that weighs approximately 7 ounces. So we have approximately about 40 ounces of produce going into each machine to see how much they will yield. Now before we get started, I want to give you guys a little tip. If you are using a centrifugal ejection juicer, the pulp always goes in the pulp catch bin, and to make cleaning easier so you have one less thing to clean, I encourage you guys to take like a plastic produce bag here and just put it inside the pulp catch bin so it lines it, right? So you don't have to clean that. You can just take out this bag, and I want to encourage you guys to compost all your juice pulp scraps. And so we're going to go ahead and do that on the Lequip as well. Alright, so we got that in there. Now we're just going to go ahead and set that underneath, and now we're all ready to juice. So I think we're going to go ahead and first juice in the Breville Juice Fountain Elite. We're going to go ahead and turn it on to high, and we're going to get juicing. Alright man, now it's super quick. Let's go ahead and juice in the Lequip 215XL. Alright, so there you have it. That's how easy it is to juice in each one of these machines. And I definitely need to say that, things definitely went through the Breville easier. It was definitely more powerful. Maybe the blades were a little bit sharper. It really kicked it out. But if you look, I had a little bit more splatter on the side of the Breville. And I always encourage you guys after you're juicing is to tip your machine up a little bit, because there is some extra juice sitting in there that will end up dripping on your counter. Plus, I want you guys to get the juice in you and not in the pulp or anywhere else. And so in the Lequip, once again, we're going to go ahead and take this guy up, and we're just going to go ahead and tip that guy up as well. Let's go ahead and compare the yields on both these guys between the Lequip and the Breville. Alright, as you guys can see, wow, this is actually quite interesting. Look at that. On the Breville, you could see like we got juice, but then we got a lot of like kind of foam. So we got juice up to like 1.5 cups, and then it looks like we got this like layer of foam or something in there, and that goes up to about 2.5 cups total. And over on the Lequip side, looks like we got like really nice solid juice, maybe not quite as aerated, not as separated, maybe due to the higher speed on the Breville, which caused more of the foaming or aeration in there. We actually got 2 solid cups of juice. And you know, maybe we go up another, I don't know, 1/4 cup. That looks like the foam layer, and then we got some really like light foam layer. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference between like from here to here is like a light foam layer. That's maybe like a 1/4 cup, but on the Breville, that's literally like almost a whole cup's worth. And then on the top level there, we just got the light foam. You know, that's a little bit lighter. So yeah, definitely really interesting. So because of this big fine layer on both the juices, it's really hard for me to determine which juicer actually made more juice, because I don't really want to count the foam or any kind of fiber, you know, that may be in the juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and restrain the juice. So I got some pitchers here, I got a funnel here, and we're going to go ahead and use a strainer to basically strain the juice before we do the final analysis. So we're going to go ahead and once again pour this Breville juice through the sieve, and it's going to catch all the foam and any kind of pulp. We're going to go ahead and do the same on the Lequip juice, and we're going to see which juicer actually made more juice, not considering the foam and the pulp. Wow, this is actually quite impressive. I'm actually really impressed with the Lequip at this point, because check this out. This guy still has a lot of foam, it's still dripping off, but look at that. You guys see the difference? Like the Breville's actually still dripping foam. It's like going all over the place, man. And the Lequip barely had any foam. So now if we look at the juice yields between these two guys, check it out. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. Let me go ahead and do a close-up for you guys. Alright, here's the juice from the Lequip. It's actually over 2 cups overall, and over on the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, it's just over 2 cups. So, you know, clearly the Lequip 215XL was more efficient. I would probably estimate that out at like at least, you know, 2¼ cups. So actually that's quite impressive, whereas the Breville is just barely over 2 cups. Wow, so I'm totally impressed, right? I didn't know what was going to happen. Actually, I kind of thought that the Breville was going to beat the juicer that actually cost 1/3 as much, with a 9 extra year long warranty, or 10 years instead of 1 year. And this is just simply amazing. So in this juice off between the Breville Juice Fountain Elite and the Lequip 215XL, I'm going to have to declare the winner, the Lequip 215XL. It made more juice. Yes, it wasn't quite as powerful and had to slow down. It took a little bit longer in juicing, but it aerated the juice significantly less, which in my opinion means there'll be more nutrition in there for you, as well as it didn't make all the pulp and the foam, and it made more yield. So, I mean, clearly, Lequip 215XL in for the win. Last thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and drink some of this juice here. Nice clean carrot juice, and let me go ahead. Man, that is some delicious carrot juice. We're going to encourage you guys to drink carrot juice. Much more beneficial than drinking pasteurized or even orange juice. You know, these carotenoids, it's really the deep, rich pigments and the colors of the carrot juice, what our body really needs to help us heal. Matter of fact, there's a therapy called the Gerson therapy, and actually they don't recommend the centrifugal ejection juicers for their therapy, but they do juice carrots and apples exclusively to heal people with the incurable diseases. So yeah, carrot and apple juice, still one of my favorites if you got some good carrots, because a lot of carrots out there taste like dirt. So I want to encourage you guys to look for the Bunny Love brand of organic carrots. Those are some of the sweetest. And if you don't want as much sugar, then I would encourage you guys to look for the heirloom carrots that come in like different colors: purple, yellow, white, red, you know, and not just the standard orange carrots. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, I want to encourage you guys to like this video. I also want to encourage you guys to support me and my work by making your juicer purchase at discountjuicers.com. Also, be sure to check my past episodes. I have over 400 episodes now on this YouTube channel dedicated to teaching you guys how to get more fresh fruits and vegetables in you through using some of the different juicers, dehydrators, and blenders that we offer at discountjuicers.com. So if you are looking for a juicer other than a high-speed machine, check out my other videos. I have a lot of videos that are going to go into a lot of detail on the slow juicers, which are the ones I prefer overall. But if you want one of the high-speed juicers, we clearly saw that the Lequip 215XL is the way to go. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right below this video to be updated and be notified of new videos coming out. I have new videos coming out all the time comparing juicers, blenders, dehydrators, so that you guys can live healthier. And I hopefully soon will have some videos on, you know, specifically with my tips and tricks on how to clean the juicers the best, how to get them looking like new, and other topics about, you know, why fruit juicing may not be so bad after all. Because many people, you know, say don't juice fruits. You know, I like to juice vegetables better and more than fruits, but, you know, fruit juice fresh that you make yourself in the scope of things is really not as bad as many people would lead you to believe. So I want to encourage you guys to make your purchase at discountjuicers.com. That helps me be able to do what I continue to do and make these juicers to educate you guys on the best juicers, as well as how to eat the best foods on the entire planet, which are simply the fruits and vegetables. Well, once again, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. And what we're going to do today is a juice off that actually I got asked a lot about after one of my last videos with the all-new Solo Star 4. And people want to know, John, what's